This is the story of John Kramer. He is told he has only months to live due to advanced brain cancer. Doctor advises John to take retirement. But he is not just an ordinary old man. He attends a cancer support group meeting. Another patient named Henry Kessler tells about his life. One day John sees him in a coffee shop. He was looking happy and fit. John asks him about his health. Henry claims he has been cured by an experimental Norwegian cancer treatment, conducted by a group led by Dr. Peterson. John sees the light of hope. A desperate John contacts the doctor's daughter Cecilia, who refers him to her clinic outside Mexico City. On arrival in Mexico, a taxi driver named Diego receives him. After they reach a countryside, some masked man kidnaps John. After confirming his real identity, they secretly take him to the clinic. John is welcomed by Gabriella, one of the cancer patient who was cured by Cecilia's treatment. Soon after, Cecilia meets John, and introduces him to her team, Mateo and Valentina. Dr. Cortezes will perform his surgery. John meets with another patient, Parker. John sees a boy playing football alone. He is caretaker's son Carlos. Carlos is hardworking, which impresses John. He helps Carlos to repair a wheel. John goes under for surgery. After he wakes up, Cecilia shows him blood report, telling him that he is now cancer-free. Finding a new lease on life, he purchases a gift for Gabriella. However, when he returns to the clinic, he finds it abandoned. He doubts that they may scammed him. John removes his bandage, and realizes his doubts are true. The entire operation was a scam. He collects more information and finds that Dr. Cortez was his taxi driver, Diego in disguise. John kidnaps him and wires pipe bombs into his arms, telling him to remove them by cutting through his flesh. Diego passes the test, and John interrogates him. Meanwhile, Amanda Young kidnaps Cecilia, Mateo, Valentina, and Gabriella. They wake up in the clinic. Now they will have to play Jigsaw's game. Everyone begs forgiveness. But they have to play the game to survive. Valentina is tasked with severing her leg with a saw and extracting enough bone marrow to release a key to free herself. She successfully amputates her leg, but is unable to collect enough marrow, and a second saw decapitates her. In John and Amanda's absence, Cecilia cuts Valentina's belly and uses intestines as a rope to retrieve her phone and call for help. But Amanda shocks her and takes away the phone. Parker breaks into the clinic, demanding his money back. Amanda restrains him while Mateo is forced to drill into his own skull. Then he have to remove a piece of cerebral tissue and dissolve in a test tube. It will give him a key to free himself. Although he successfully performs the task, the tissue fails to dissolve in time, and a heated mask closes over his face, killing him. Next, Gabriella is tied with shackles, in one hand and one leg. She is tasked with freeing herself, by using a sledgehammer to break her shackled limbs. Otherwise a radiator will burn her. She succeeds, but before Amanda can take her to a hospital, Parker forces them at gunpoint and orders them to release Cecilia. Cecilia kills Gabriella by breaking her neck and reveals she called Parker, who is part of the scam, to free her. She forces John to chain himself into the trap meant for her. When she hears Carlos outside, she takes the child and chains him opposite John. The trap begins to waterboard them with blood. Parker and Cecilia leave to retrieve their bag of stolen cash from John's control room. But as soon as they takes the bag, a tripwire activates, sealing them both in the room. John frees Amanda, Carlos and himself. John reveals that it was his plan from the beginning. Diego outed all of the scammers, including Parker and Henry, and that he tricked Cecilia into bringing Parker to the facility. A deadly chemical gas begins filling the room. There was only one ventilation hole in the room. The ventilation hole large enough for one person's head. Cecilia and Parker starts to fight each other. At the end, Cecilia kills Parker. But she can only watch John, Amanda, and Carlos exit the facility, leaving her trapped inside. Sometime later, Henry wakes up in a bathroom, with a machine strapped to his stomach. He sees John and Mark Hoffman in front of him. Hoffman was the person who helped John to collect all the information about the scammers.